Today we're going to be looking at alphabet books. Alphabet books contain letters that the students have already learned. So these are letters that they know already. They may just know an uppercase, and they may just know a lowercase, or they might know both. But you only write what the child knows in the book. This is a great way for students to understand that the alphabet is not that overwhelming, and it helps empower them, and it helps give them ownership of the letters that they already know. So over here, I have made an example of an alphabet book. I allowed the student to draw to give him even more ownership, and it says My Alphabet Book. So there's a lot of pages in here that are blank because this student still has a lot of letters to learn, so he doesn't know the letter A yet. But you can see that he knows the letter B, and he has a bagel, and this is a picture that he picked out for this letter to help him remember the beginning sound of B. B. So we keep going. He knows the letter C. He knows both forms of C. He picked out a car. He also knows the uppercase of D. He picked out a dog. We're going to work on the E. And here we have the letter F. He picked out a fork. And you can see through here, there's a bunch of letters that he still needs to learn. We get all the way over here. He knows both forms of letter L, uppercase and lowercase. And he picked out a leaf to help him remember the beginning sound. And then we get here, he knows the lowercase of N. And he picked nuts to help him remember the beginning sound. And here he knows the lowercase version of R, which is rice, and he picked rice to help him remember that beginning sound. So these are the letters that this student already knows. So if I were to introduce a new letter to the student, I would first take a look at this assessment sheet that I've created. And it's just very simple. I've just circled all the letters that he already knows. And I see that Matt knows the uppercase S and he knows the lowercase s. So today I'm going to show how you would introduce a new letter into the alphabet book. Okay. So Matt, I see today that you have learned both forms of letter S. You know the uppercase and you know the lowercase. So today we get to add that letter into our alphabet book. So first, before we do that, let's go through our book and make sure we remember the letters that we already know. Okay?
Okay.
What's that letter?
B.
What's that a picture of?
Bagel.
What's the beginning sound for bagel?
B.
Good. And what's this letter?
C.
And what's that a picture of?
Car.
What's the beginning sound for car?
K.
Excellent. And what's that letter?
D.
And what's that a picture of?
Dog.
What's the beginning sound for dog?
D.
Good. D.
D.
Good. And what's that letter?
F.
What's that a picture of?
Fork.
And what's the beginning sound for fork? Good job. Keep going through here. Oh, you know both uppercase and lowercase of this letter. What's this letter?
L.
And what's that a picture of?
Leaf.
What's the beginning sound for leaf?
O.
Good job. And keep going. Oh, this was a tricky one, but you know it. What's that letter?
N.
What's that a picture of?
Nut.
What's the beginning sound for nuts?
No.
Say
Mm.
Good job. And what's that letter?
R.
What's that a picture of?
Rice.
What's the beginning sound for rice?
R.
Good job. That was a tricky one. Okay, so now we are going to introduce the letter S. So what I'm going to do first is, because you know both the uppercase and the lowercase, we get to write both letters. So I'm going to write the uppercase S and the lowercase s. Because you were able to recognize the uppercase S and the lowercase s. Can you point to this letter and tell me what it is?
S.
Very good. Now, you can look at these 3 pictures, and you can pick out the picture that's going to help you remember the beginning sound of letter S, the sound.
Snake.
So what picture did you pick today?
Snake.
That's right, you picked a snake. And what's the beginning sound for snake? Very good. Excellent. So, as you can see, we went through the letters that he already knew, and we discussed the beginning sound of the picture that he chose to help him remember the sound of the letter, and we introduced the letter S. And he knew the uppercase and the lowercase, so we were able to put both uppercase and lowercase in the book. And then he was able to pick a picture that would help him remember the sound of letter S, and he chose a snake. And that's how you introduce a new letter into the alphabet book.